How you doing? I'm Neil, and in this segment we're going to be replacing the high and low beam headlight bulbs in a 2005 Nissan Altima. Okay, first we start with removing the air snorkel tube that goes over to the air filter housing. We need to expose the back of the headlight housing right here. To take these clips out, start with prying up with the screwdriver. The centerpiece pulls out, and you can use a device tool like this. It's a body clip removal tool. It pops that up, and then you pull the clip out. Remove the snorkel tube. Put that over out of the way. Okay, here we're going to remove the air box. There's two clips right here, one there, one here on this end. And we're going to disconnect the mass airflow sensor right here, push down on this tab, and then gently wiggle it at the connector body itself, not by the wires. So just kind of gently wiggle it and pull it as you're wiggling it, and then it pulls off of there. Okay, and then we're going to use a regular flathead screwdriver. Remove the clamp here, the snorkel tube, and I highly recommend that you remove this upper portion of the air box, because this section here, back in here where the accordion style tube is, even as well as this plastic tube here, the age of the car and plastic tubing, this stuff gets very hard and brittle, and by moving it around in great extremes can cause it to tear. And if that happens where it tears back in here inside the accordion, then it will cause the check engine light to come on, as well as a air leak and a rough running engine. So highly recommend taking off this upper portion of the box. Now you tilt it up this way. There's a tongue and groove engagement down at the bottom down here. Kind of hard to see in this picture, and then you kind of twist it a little bit to remove it from the tube, and then it comes out of there. You just flip it up off to the side right there. Okay, we take out the air filter. Check the air filter while you're in there. This one could use to be replaced. I'll have to do that another time because I didn't get one. Okay, then we've got a 10mm bolt here on the lower air box. Pull that out. And then the lower air box, gently rock it a little bit. It is set in rubber grommets underneath. They're like donuts. Great, now I want a donut. One of the mounts is actually right here. And if you pull up on it, kind of wiggle it. Sometimes you can spray it with silicone. It'll help to get it loosened up. But it will eventually come out. Just be careful, because these plastic tangs, where am I at here? Right here and right here, also can become brittle over time. Okay, these bulbs that we are replacing, one is right here. This is the high beam bulb. This one back here behind this cover is the low beam bulb. First, the high beam. I'm going to take this off of here by turning it counterclockwise. Pull it straight out. There's the bulb. We're going to disconnect the wire connector. Push on this end, and again pull by the connector body, not by the wires. Gently wiggle it a little bit, and then it comes off. Now you do not want to touch the bulb itself with your hands, because the oil from your skin can get on the bulb and cause it to burn out. A lot sooner than normal. So now this is the new bulb that I've already got in there. So I'm going to put it back in position. And again, you put it in where it is at about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock position. And then you turn it to the 12 o'clock position and it locks into place just like that. For the low beam bulb, you unscrew this cap here, going counterclockwise. The wires are fixed into this cap. It does make it a little bit irregular getting this bulb out. And to remove this bulb, there is a wire right here, and you push on the wire. It's underneath a little plastic lip. Push it with your thumb in towards the headlight lens assembly, over to your right if you were staring straight at it, and then it comes off just like that, and then the bulb will slide out. That is your low beam headlight bulb. There's a spade connector on the back, so you pull it off again by pulling on the body of the connector and wiggle it a little bit, and then it comes off. And you've got this outer collar here. That's your ground wire connector. It goes on like this, and again, don't touch your fingers on the bulb. It goes on the outer connector and it's fixed. You can see the rectangular shape here. It goes on the bulb on the rectangular body there, and you want this to sit at about the 10 o'clock position when it is installed. Push the spade connector on there firmly, and again, this is the new bulb that I have. Bulb flange. So I have the bulb in place. I've got the wire holder with tension on the bulb and the negative ground cable. And as I'm pushing towards the headlight assembly, I'm going to wrap it around this little plastic tab right there, and that's what locks it in place and then holds the bulb in place. That the tang to lock it in place is right here, and then the little engagement hole is right there. Put it in there and make sure it lines up, and then turn it clockwise to lock it in place and make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, before we put everything back together, we're going to verify the lights do work. Your low beam is on right there, and we get low beam and high beam, both are on. So that all looks good. So now we can start reassembly. Engage your feet into these rubber donuts, and then put your rubber box back on, and then make sure, like I said, you got these feet. It's a tongue and groove engagement, and these go right in here into the holes. Tilt the box up, and then you push those into the holes there, and then this end seats down all the way. Put your clips back on. Don't forget to reconnect your mass airflow sensor right here. Otherwise your engine light will come on and the engine may not run very well. Okay, our hose is lined up with these arrows right here. So we just tighten up this clamp right here. Make sure that's good and tight. And make sure this hose does not get crimped on the housing here. Sometimes that can happen and you don't notice it. Okay, we're gonna put the upper bolt in. Okay. Okay, last item is the snorkel tube we put back into position here. Snug it right down on there, and then we got all our holes are lined up, and put your pin clips back in there, and you're all good to go. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up, please. Have a great day.